Family, friends, and faculty, good evening, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Hempfield area class of 2023. My name is Will Nelson, and as class president, I'm blessed with the opportunity to speak before you all on this momentous occasion. After 13 long years of not understanding why we had to take a picture on the first day of school and complaining about the traffic on Spartan Drive, we find ourselves in the very seats that once seemed so distant. Standing here today, completely unified for one final time, it's safe to say we're all feeling a wide range of emotions. Whether it be excitement for what is to come or disbelief of how incredibly fast the time went, one thing we all share is that these emotions are temporary. In time, emotion fades to memory, and memory translates to looking back and laughing about how you felt like a smooth criminal the first time you went to the bathroom without signing out. While we may not realize it, our similar yet beautifully unique roads to graduation were all touched by a similar set of hands. To our teachers, if it weren't for your belief in us and somehow being able to tell when we were sleeping on the other side of the computer screen, we wouldn't be here. Your endless support and motivation did not go unnoticed. At this time, I would like to take a moment and recognize our senior class advisor, Mr. Uring. For 25 years, he has been behind the scenes, orchestrating senior activities and graduation. Today, he graduates alongside us. Thank you, Mr. Uring. To our friends, whether it be the relationships built on the playground in kindergarten, or the people we recently grew closer with through the endless effort to get everything out of this final year, the memories, mistakes, and life lessons are something that will always be cherished as some of the best in our lives. Last but not least, our parents. Parents, if you're anything like mine, I know there have been moments over the past 13 years when you questioned if you would kill us before we made it to these seats. But here we are. Without your unwavering love, compassion, and support for us in all our endeavors, we would not be where we are today. And although there may be times when you're cutting the grass, thinking about how ungrateful we are, just know the depth of our love and gratitude for you is as strong as the foundation that you've built for our lives. Over the last 13 years, we as a class have learned to juggle a job, playing a sport, and being in the band or chorus, all while completing schoolwork. And while there were late nights spent cramming, wondering if we could do it, not only did we manage the load, but we exceeded expectations, and we raised the bar for those following in our footsteps. And though our accomplishments in the classroom were great, we absorbed our most valuable lessons without knowing. We learned how to face adversity, how to be disciplined, and most importantly, how to build relationships. These three pillars, instilled in us by the hallways of the building behind me, will take us miles beyond any physics problem or calculus concept. Class of 23. As we turn the page to our next chapter, we must make a conscious effort to hold true to those pillars. Rather than settle, it is more important now than ever that we lean into adversity, fall in love with the process, and always remember that success lies on the other side of your most difficult obstacles. Force yourself out of your comfort zone, try new things, go new places, and make new memories. Most importantly, be kind. Look for the good in people, the bright side of situations, and always find ways to laugh, even in the coldest of showers. When we walk out of the building today, for one final time with a piece of paper that sums up 13 years of hard work, we are taking the first steps into the rest of our lives. And while there are those of us who will throw our caps, eager to move on from our 4 years here, there are also those of us who are reluctantly leaving this building, unsure of what is to come. Either way, that time is inevitable. So when you let go of that cap, make a commitment to never forget the hands that shaped you and the pillars that you stand on. We are forever Spartans. Thank you. At this time, if you could please rise and remain standing through the playing of our national anthem and alma mater. Happy birthday, Gretchen, and I love you, Mom.
Good evening to the class of 2023, parents, families, teachers, and administrators. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tommy Bizzuto. Congratulations, everybody, on making it to graduation. I'm sure, like me, a lot of you were surprised that you made it. Well, believe it, we're graduating. I think it's a little too late for anybody to change that now. As you look around, you might see what separates all of us, but I see what we have in common. We are all seniors, we are all graduating, but we are united by something else, something unique to Hempfield. We are all Spartans. Being a Spartan is something that only Hempfield students know the meaning of. Over the past 2 years that I've been here, I've learned exactly what that means. Most people here have grown up in Hempfield. They've been together for years, cultivating a variety of shared experiences. Being a Spartan has shaped them from an early age. I, being from Georgia, however, didn't have those shared experiences. I didn't grow up in Hempfield, but it has become an integral part of who I am. Georgia may have raised me, but Hempfield is where I call home. Almost 2 years ago in late June, I moved from Georgia, my hometown of 17 years, to come live in Pennsylvania. I didn't know a single person my age in the entire state, and I had to start school in about a month. I was scared beyond words about making friends, fitting in, and about a million other things. Life seemed impossible. Then one day, I went out, I drove to the school, and I tried out for the football team. I remember going into the locker room, sitting down and looking around. I saw guys twice my size, 3 times my size. I could already tell that they have known each other for a very long time, possibly their whole lives. I wanted to become invisible, I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't invisible. I was seen. I remember this big guy walking towards me. I was really scared at that point. I wanted to just disappear, but he puts out his hand and he says, "Hi, I'm Will Nelson. What's your name?" I made my first friend in Pennsylvania that day, and I made many more in just a few short days. From that moment on, I continued to be surprised about how enthusiastic and compassionate my teammates were, totally willing to help me. They embodied what it means to be a Spartan, and I started to learn exactly what that was. My education on being a Spartan continued when I began school that fall. I remember being terrified walking into the doors of Hempfield. When I entered the halls, though, I thought I actually might be run over. In my mind, there are a few things more dangerous than the foot traffic of Hempfield's halls. It's like being on a two-lane highway. One thing that I found in the hallways, however, that I certainly never found on the highway, is that people smile at you. They say hi to you. They greet you, even though they don't know you. Being the new kid, that meant everything to me. That enthusiasm and compassion that was shown to me in the halls on that first day of school and every day since has shown me how special being a Spartan is. The scariest thing about being the new kid, however, is undisputably the cafeteria. It's the stereotypical obstacle faced by new kids in movies and in TV. But let me tell you, the stereotype is real. I remember walking into the cafeteria and being overwhelmed by the size and volume of the space. There were so many people, most of whom already had people to sit with. I was beginning to panic, thinking I wouldn't find a seat, when I heard someone say, "Hey, you can sit with us." I sat with a group of people I'd never met, and they welcomed me and made an effort to get to know me, and today, they are some of my best friends. Taking that initiative to introduce yourself to a total stranger and make them feel welcome, that kind of enthusiasm and compassion is inherent to being a Spartan. These past 2 years, from that first moment in the halls to now, I've learned exactly what it means to be a Spartan. I have found that it entails a special kind of compassion and enthusiasm that you put into everything you do, whether it be schoolwork, athletics, theater, band, clubs, or even just interacting with others. Spartans show such immense compassion and spirited enthusiasm that it's unparalleled by anything I have seen. So now, on our graduation day, I ask you, my fellow students, to continue this culture. Take every opportunity in your future to be compassionate and enthusiastic, whether it be in college or your job or wherever you end up. Find a way to show others what being a Spartan is all about. Help this culture grow beyond the chaotic halls of our school to wherever the road takes you. No matter where life takes us, no matter how far we drift apart, we are always going to be united by this fact. We are all Spartans, and I, for one, am proud to call myself one. Thank you all so much.
I fall a lot. Anyone who knows me can attest to the fact that I'm probably the clumsiest person walking or trying to walk this earth. So naturally, there I found myself on the glamorous evening of Hempfield's 50th homecoming anniversary, 3 minutes before I was supposed to walk the field, staring down at the pavement on all fours with bloody knees and bruised shins following a tumble down the stairs of a bus, in a gown and heels. While my fellow court members were baffled by this chain of events, I was entirely unsurprised by this fate. If there's one thing high school will teach you, it is that nothing seems to go to plan. You'll inevitably slip, literally and figuratively, more times than you can count. But you also learn that it doesn't need to go to plan for you to create the most fulfilling experience. In fact, I would argue that the imperfections and shortcomings curate an ideal time here, and I seem to have racked up quite the list of unlucky situations. Despite my aptitude for misfortune, in the past few weeks, I've come to the realization that I'm the single luckiest person I know. My luck comes in the form of people. It can only be attributed to chance that this particular group of people's parents decided to start their families within the boundaries of Hempfield area district lines and send them to public school, allowing for us to meet in the first place. It's even luckier that I happen to find my people amidst the 2,000 students that attend our high school every single day. Luckiest of all, these people didn't turn and run upon our meeting. Fate allowed for our personalities to align and relationships to flourish. I never could have predicted where I'd be at the end of my senior year, who I'd be friends with, and how much I've changed since I timidly entered this building in 2019. Chance allowed for these outcomes, and the imperfect unpredictability of it all is what makes it perfect. At the end of last year, I wrote each of my teachers a note of gratitude, all of which wielded tear stains, and drop them off on their desks. After the goodbyes, I subsequently spent the next few days drowning in tears from appreciation and sadness. At the time, the insurmountable pit of grief in my stomach ate me alive. In retrospect, I now recognize that this was a joyful bout of luck. My teachers, some of which have become best friends and confidants as well as educators, have allowed me to be so lucky as to miss the classroom. I won't miss the MLA formatting demos or the calculus formulas, but I will miss a different kind of lesson. See, anyone can relay information from a textbook. It takes a special kind of teacher to teach you things about yourself. We take this for granted at Hempfield. We're so lucky to have a crop of teachers that take pride in their students, and I am lucky enough to genuinely miss the lectures and lessons of high school. In spite of the sheer size of our district, Hempfield has always exemplified a sense of tight-knit community that rivals anything I've ever experienced. This year, I founded a mini-thon fundraising organization at Hempfield for children and families affected by pediatric cancer. Our community entrusted myself and my team to accomplish something bigger than all of us, something that changes lives, not just within the walls of our high school, but the lives of children and families trying to make it through a battle that no one should have to fight, at least not alone. Our Hempfield community allowed for our project to prosper to unbelievable heights, and we also never fought alone. Community members didn't have to show up for our events, but they did. Students didn't have to volunteer to stand on the side of the road for 6 hours every Saturday collecting donations, but they did. Teachers didn't have to allow me to miss endless class periods in order to plan monthly events, but they did. We were able to raise $57,607.95 in under 7 months, thanks to the efforts of the community. I may have been responsible for planning, but planning means nothing if there is no passionate participation. I'm so lucky to be part of a community that rallies together and changes lives. Immediately after my homecoming fall, it's not the pain or fear I remember. It's the friends of mine rushing to my side, picking me up, cleaning me off, and comforting me through my embarrassment, despite the fact they should have been worrying about themselves. So no, I'm not one to stumble across winning lottery tickets or stray pennies by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm trying, as hard as I possibly can, to retrospectively view this moment as it's happening in front of me in order to numb the pain of leaving these perfectly imperfect people in this formative place by understanding how lucky I am to have been here at all. I'm looking out at a field of my own four-leaf clovers, and I thank every single peer, teacher, mentor, and friend for allowing me to be lucky enough to miss this place, lucky enough to miss friends that became family, and lucky enough to wish I could do it all over.
Just a few weeks ago, as I stressed about what to say in this speech, Mr. Steele stopped me and asked me, "Matt, just think about what you will pass on to the future generations of this school." In search of an answer, I began to ponder not just what I will pass on to this school, but the things that are passed down from generation to generation in general, for that matter. Ironically, just a few days ago, while cleaning my room, I found an old shoebox labeled Memories. Upon opening this box, I found a myriad of items, all things that had been passed down to me. But most importantly, I found this: a deformed child's party hat. I was given this hat 1 year ago today by last year's seniors at their graduation. And it is now, 1 year later, as I wonder what my contribution to the future will be, that I'm realizing that the legacy that they left me was not the party hat itself, but rather the passing down of the spirit and the energy that came with it, the positive and unified spirit that forged the desire to make every day a celebration. I realize that it is not just the traditions and tangible things that are passed down, rather, it is the spirit and energy of the student that is cultivated through these traditions that truly lives on forever. While the culture of this building unites us, it is this spirit and energy that we supply it that truly binds us. So as I reminisce on the memories of the past 4 years, I've found one commonality among them all: this same positive spirit. Despite the long nights I spent staring at my script while directed to be grumpier, more annoyed, more fed up, and to become Don McDonald, My castmates helped this positive spirit flourish, and the celebration of our completed shows ensued. Despite the hours I spent trapped in that student section right over there in a sweaty and bulky mascot costume, the student body helped maintain this spirit, and this school's 50th homecoming was celebrated. Despite the months many of us spent at home, most of us staring at a computer screen while the rest slept behind theirs, this spirit persisted, and here we are, celebrating our graduation day. Each day, each and every one of us in this class brought this same positive spirit to our day as we've celebrated each moment. We've not just celebrated each day, but we've embraced each day as we've worked so diligently to use this energy to replace hardship with joy and conquer challenge with positivity. What stands out about this group of graduates is our desire to not just celebrate each day on our own, but rather together, unified as one. When someone's positive spirit faltered, someone else enhanced theirs. This, our togetherness, our selfless nature, our desire to do good, and the radiant smiles on each of our faces as we do so, is what sets us apart from the rest and what prepares us to change the world. So I'd like everyone here to take a moment, think back to late September, early October. The football team was undefeated, homecoming was just around the corner, and the sense of pride in being a Spartan was unlimited. But most importantly, our campus was filled with generations. Generations of parents, grandparents, students, teachers, alumni, and even our homecoming queens. And while the building may have looked different to them, and while this building will look different to us starting next year, this positive spirit has remained constant. This spirit has been passed down for generations and will be continued to be passed down to even more. So take this time to be grateful. Be grateful for those who have passed this spirit on to us all. Thank your friends, thank your family, thank your teachers, all for cultivating this energy with you and sharing these celebrations. So as we prepare to pass on the positive spirit that was bestowed upon us, I would like to build this spirit once more and share one last celebration with each of the graduates seated behind me. Today's celebration, you ask, our future. Carrying the same positivity and persistence that has been cultivated through generations within the walls of this building, the class of 2023 is motivated and determined to become a healing, unifying, and enlightening force for good in this world. No matter our future title, student, teacher, lawyer, doctor, tradesman, engineer, whatever it may be, we will always carry that energy that was given to us. With a turn of our tassel, we are also turning down the next avenue of our lives, prepared to use our positive spirit to include everyone in our celebrations as we change the world. So to the future generations of Hempfield, what we are passing down to you is this party hat, a symbol of positivity and the cultivation of Spartan spirit. You may not know what tomorrow's celebration will be, but this spirit prepares you to embrace it, just as we have, passionately and wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine so Good evening. At this time in our graduation exercises, we pause to honor our highest achieving graduates. Academic achievement is something in which we take great pride. Our concern for students is that they leave here with an education that prepares them for further education or to be productive members of our society. The honor graduates we recognize this evening represent the epitome of academic excellence and achievement. The scholastic averages of the honor graduates have been calculated and include all grades from grade 9 through the third 9 weeks of grade 12. These students honored tonight have achieved at least a 94.625% overall grade average. Since the list is lengthy, please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Honor graduates, as I call your name, would you please stand and then be seated when the next name is called? And I'm going to preface, if I butcher a name, I'm going to apologize early. Sarah Andre. Ardella Antamarino. James Antonicelli. Elizabeth Bear. Mia Bandermonti. Riley Benvin. Elijah Benikoski. Allison Bittner. Willow Bixler. Abigail Bahovic. Sydney Bahovic. Donovan Bowler. Brooke Baumer. Thomas Bazzuto. Ella Bringe. Garrison Brown. Nicholas Bruno. Lacey Bubarth. Aiden Burkhart. Alexander Busby. Cody Ciramana. Faith Corelli. Emma Corvola. Nathan Cole. Colin Crivello. Colton Davis. Casey D. Dominicus. Owen DeMatt. Christopher DeZembic. Nicholas DeSantis. Oliver Donovan. Matthew Dugan. Owen DeZerko. Logan Eisenman. Dominic Falcon. Justin Finfrock. Emma Forrester. Jenna Galantine. Michael Galpin. Santiago Giordanelli. Karina Goldsmith. Ethan Hammond. Nathaniel Harden. Garrett Harvey. Abigail Henderson. Cecilia Henderson. Sydney Hickle. Kayla Holtzman. Femi Harral. Caden Horton. Colin Hunter. Gabriella Izzy. Ella Jones. Landon Kaufman. Owen Kelly. Liam Kennedy. John Kissel, Isabella Knapp, Matthew Needison, Caden Kowalczyk, Aislinn Kolsar, Kyle Lander, Stephen LePay, Ashley LaRock, Madison LaRock, Gabriella Lentz, Angela Long, Ryan Makar, Anaya Martin, Dominic Morrow, Kylie Mazurik, Brooke McCoy, Emily McCullough, Grace McMillan, Tyler McMillan, Brandon Meikle, Karina Mellon, Carissa Miller, Maggie Miller, Tyler Miller, Abigail Molek, Kylie Neese, Kaylin Neal, Kirsten Norton, Tristan Norton, Olivia Orshak, Avery Pagel, Ryan Powell, Charlotte Pila, Zachary Persinger, Mary Planick, Abby Podlucky, Haley Pratt, Caton Quayle, Emily Ramph, Cameron Repko, Sadie Resnick, Angelina Rico, Megan Rivard, Hannah Roll, Olivia Roll, Morgan Rosensteel, Chase Sankey, Tessa Savitsky, Ryan Shook, Carly Shaner, Hasten Shawley, Reagan Schick, Ashley Show, Rayana Slater, Adalyn Solonsky, Zachary Smith, Julia Schneider, Anna Spino, Bailey Springer, Joseph Staub, Tyler Stanley, Seth Stewart, Michaela Strain, Daniel Swager, Elizabeth Tapper, Casey Tomasic, Ava Tononi, Ian Tufts, Antonio Tutelamundo, Anthony Villano, LaQuanda Vance, Dominic Ward, Cameron Waters, Emma Weeder, Jessica Winkowski, Courtney Yergers, and Austin Zhang. Congratulations to these honor graduates. May we please have a round of applause. Now we have a special award to acknowledge and honor our graduates who earned the highest averages in the senior class. These students will be announced in alphabetical order. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Elizabeth Bear, Matthew Dugan, Owen Kelly, Ryan Powell, and Megan Rivard. Can we have another real round of applause for all of our graduates and honor graduates, please? At this time, I would like to have Dr. Tammy Lickey, our Superintendent of the Hempfield Area School District, to come to the podium.
Good evening and welcome. What a beautiful evening for graduation. This is one of those days that I worry about all year, hoping that the weather is exactly what it is today so that we could hold our celebration outdoors. My comments this evening will be brief. I realize you are all anxiously waiting to see your children receive their diplomas. I believe our speeches, the most important speeches, are those by our students, as we heard this evening, and our distinguished alumni. Rather than words of wisdom to our graduates, my comments are of recognition and praise to not only the graduates, but to others present and not present this evening. The accomplishments of our graduates were supported by numerous teachers, school counselors, nurses, and others, beginning as early as kindergarten. There are staff members who contributed to the success of our graduates, including the custodians, cafeteria staff, maintenance, secretaries, technology, school police, bus drivers, and many more support staff members. While some of these are present this evening, such as I want to do just a quick shout out to Mr. Emanuelson and Mr. Keeley for our wonderful musical performances this evening, and we have many other teachers here on the field assisting. I would like for all of our staff to please stand to be recognized. We have several administrators present this evening who I want to recognize. If they would please stand and then be seated when I call the next name. Dr. Matthew Connor, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education. Dr. Kimberly Riefenack, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education. Mr. Paul Schott, Business Manager. Mr. Robert Rieger, Director of Human Resources. Mr. Brandon Rapp, Athletic Director. Mr. Dan Anthony, Facilities Manager. Mr. Walt Edged, Custodial Manager. And Mr. David Vilcek, Technology Director. Our high school administrators, Dr. Palmer, who just spoke this evening, Mrs. Anita Mash, Dr. Tiffany Gratchik, and Dr. Jack Molnar, who filled in for us as an interim principal. We also have many of the elementary and middle school principals, some who could not be here this evening. If we could please give a round of applause to our administrative staff. Graduates, I am sure you would agree that your parents played a key role in supporting your success. They encouraged you to attend school, study, and do your best. I'm sure your parents deserve a round of applause. So graduates, round of applause for your parents, please. And each year, I especially like to take a moment to recognize our students who have chosen to serve our country. Would our graduates who have chosen to join the military please stand at this time? And last and most importantly to our graduates, I speak on behalf of our staff in sharing how proud we are of you and your accomplishments. During these past years, you have proven your ability to adjust in challenging situations, to persevere when the path is not easy, and to show that you will be successful despite the challenges. We wish you continued success in your path. At this time, I welcome our school board president, Mr. Paul Ward.
Thank you very much. I will first agree with Dr. Wilicki. The student speeches and the student speaking is most important, so I will keep my remarks brief as well. I guess the first thing, before I say anything else, I would like to recognize the 4 students who spoke this evening. I will tell you, they are a tough act to follow, and if we could get a round of applause, because they did a tremendous job, very inspirational, very impressive. And again, I'll be brief, but I'm here on behalf of the Hempfield Area School Board. I am proud to be here to represent this group. The first thing I would like to do is to congratulate all of the 2023 graduates. We're proud of you, your accomplishments. We want to be here to recognize you. And this is really, this is like the Super Bowl. You know, if we want to be here because this is a big deal for you, a big deal for the district. So congratulations to you on your graduation. I would also like to congratulate and recognize the parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, grandparents, all the family and friends in the audience here in the stands tonight that are here to support all of you. Congratulations to you, because you've been the support system for the students down here, for the graduates, and you deserve recognition and congratulations as well. So congratulations to you. And Dr. Wilicki also already recognized, but I think on behalf of the school board, I would like to make sure I recognize all of the teachers, the support staff, you know, the bus drivers, the administration, the school police, everyone who supports Hempfield Area School District. It takes a lot of people, a lot of effort throughout the school year to make this happen. And I think on behalf of the school board, we think this is a great place, and those are a lot of the people who make the great things happen. So thank you to them for all of their efforts. Next, I would like to recognize 2 people who have been with the board over the past year. They've dedicated countless hours in school board meetings with us and really taken their role very seriously. And I'm talking about 2 members of the graduating class, and they would be your student representatives to the school board. And that is Rosie Antamarino, who's your student council president, and Julia Snyder. And I would like to recognize them for their commitment. We have a lot of school board meetings. Rosie and Julia spent a lot of time with us. They are committed. They are contributors. We are thrilled to hear from them at our meetings. If you've come to meetings, I will just say that when we have an opportunity to hear about student activities and hear updates from the students, that's the most important thing to us, because this is what it's about, is the students. So I would ask Rosie and Julia to stand to be recognized because they've contributed a lot to the school board this year, and we thank them for it. And also, ladies, thank you, but congratulations on your personal achievements as well. Next, and nearly last, I'm also up here. One of my roles is to introduce the school board. And we have, of the 9 school board members, 6 of us are here this evening. Unfortunately, Jennifer Bretz, Diane Sabatoni, and Vince DiAugustine were not able to be here, but they all sent their regrets that they were not able to, but they had personal commitments, so they could not be here. I would like to introduce each one. What I will say is, I think we have a very collaborative group. I'm proud to be part of this group and to interact with this group. If you come to any school board meetings, you'll know that we don't agree on everything. But I think we learn from each other and we challenge each other, and that's one of the things that all we're trying to do is make Hempfield area the best place it can be. And I feel very confident that that's what this group is trying to do, even in the times that it looks like we have our strongest disagreements. So I would like to introduce each of the board members. Please stand up when I call your name. Mr. Mike Alfieri, Dr. Tony Bompiani, Mr. Jerry Rodabaugh, Dr. Jeannie Smith, and last but not least, Dr. Scott Learn, who is also our school board vice president. So I would like to thank the board, and if you could give them a round of applause. I would like to thank them for their confidence in putting me in this role, and I appreciate the interaction we have with them and the administration well, I would say every week. It seems like almost every week. And to wrap up, just finally, for the graduates, we wanted to, on behalf of the school board, congratulate you again. We want to wish you all the best, and we know you're going to do great things in the years to come. So we wish you all the best, and good luck to you and in the next chapter. So thank you. I'm going to introduce our next speakers, and they will be Ardella Antamarino, Abigail Blahovic, Julia Snyder, and Sean Murray. Thank you.
The Hempfield Area School District Wall of Fame was established to recognize graduates of Hempfield Area High School who have made significant accomplishments. Each year, nominations are reviewed by a committee composed of students, a representative of the school board, and high school faculty members. In order to qualify, nominees must have graduated from Hempfield at least 10 years prior to nomination, must have distinguished himself or herself at the top of his or her field, must have made an accomplishment or achieved a distinction that goes beyond personal gain. After careful consideration of this year's applicants, the committee has chosen to induct a new member to the Wall of Fame. Our inductee is Marcy M. Stein. Marcy Stein is a 1984 graduate of Hempfield Area High School. She is the founder of the Marcy Stein Company. She has a dedicated and long career providing construction oversight and project management services to foreign governments and Middle Eastern kingdoms investing in New York City real estate. She has been involved in some of New York's most iconic skyscrapers and is an expert in the high-rise building process. Her clients include the kingdoms of Dubai and Abu Dhabi, as well as the countries of Israel and Japan. She has an undergraduate degree from Ithaca College in Communications and a master's degree in Construction Management from Pratt Institute. Marcy is one of the first women in the country to earn this type of degree as a woman in the New York City construction industry. Marcy remains active in the real estate community at large and has served as co-chair of the program committee for the Association of Real Estate Women. In 2005, she was named to the top 50 women in real estate by Real Estate Weekly and received the Women of Valor Award from the St. Francis Food Pantries and Shelter. Marcy was also named to the 40 Under 40 in 2003 by the New York Real Estate Journal and to the top 20 women in real estate in 2006 by Development New York. She has done community development work in both Kenya and Rwanda. In Rwanda, she personally created an agriculture program through a public school that includes a community garden and a poultry program to address hunger and nutrition issues. In Kenya, she provided medical supplies and outfitted a kitchen in a Maasai village to also address hunger issues. In New York, she led a children's library initiative on substance abuse and mental health and has raised money for NYC educational institutions.
When Marcy Stein has an opportunity to step away from the pressures of her business, she enjoys reading books related to the environment and boxing at East Harlem Boxing Studio. She visits third world countries to combine nature and assistance to children in need. She has delivered hundreds of backpacks to vulnerable children all over the world. In addition to her professional accomplishments, she is the mother of 2 adult children, a son and a daughter. Marcy Stein is a respected pillar of her community, and we are proud to count her as a member of the Hempfield area community as well. She serves on the Hempfield Foundation Board and is the founder of 2 class scholarships for Hempfield seniors, Hempfield Scholar Athlete and Spartan Award.
Thank you, Ms. Stein. Tonight, as we celebrate Hempfield area commencement, we commemorate the tradition of excellence and distinction that our graduates have established. We challenge you, the students of this class, to follow in this tradition. Make it your goal to become a member of this elite group, the Hempfield Area School District Wall of Fame. Again, we congratulate the new Wall of Fame inductee, Marcy Stein.
First, thank you so much for the introduction, and it is great to be here. I am so happy to be able to talk to all of you, the 2023 Hempfield graduating class. Today is a great day to be a Spartan. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. It was 39 years ago that I was sitting in your seat. I only know that because I'm getting notices that my 40th high school reunion is coming up. Graduation is the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. And you must be experiencing all types of different emotions: excitement, fear, confusion, and pressure. Trust me, I know how that feels. And now I can come clean. I will tell you that when I graduated in 1984, I graduated close to the bottom of the class. I never made the honor roll, and I never went to the prom. I graduated close to the bottom of the class. Hempfield provided me with a fine education. It was me. I didn't apply myself. It was not an option in my family to not go to college. And I barely, and I mean barely, got into college. The only school that accepted me was a women's college in Pittsburgh that was on the verge of bankruptcy. They were accepting anyone, and that was the only option I had, and that's where I went. I attended for a year to get myself together so I could transfer to Ithaca College. And that's a true story. I will tell you that adversity builds character. And in the words of the great activist Frederick Douglass, without struggle, there is no progress. So while you're figuring out your next steps, I promise you that life has a way of working itself out. I am living proof. Each of you have your own path. Some of you will have a straight road. Some of you will take the scenic route, while others might have stops along your own road to success. Don't worry what anyone else is doing. Just worry about what you're doing. Much of my career has been spent building skyscrapers in New York City for owners, developers, foreign governments, and Middle Eastern kingdoms. Never in my life could I have ever imagined that I would be advising on and managing large-scale construction projects. Remember, I barely even got into college. This type of work is very highly complicated. It requires a skilled understanding of the construction process and budgets and schedules, and understanding the design process, legal process, insurance issues, contracts, the list goes on and on. The point is that you never know where your life will lead. So be open to what comes to you, because you just never know. Luckily, I don't want to talk too much more about myself. I'm here to talk about you. And you are the architects of your own life. And now is the time for you to build your own personal skyscraper. And guess what? You've already spent 4 years at Hempfield, and you're about to receive your high school diploma. That must feel so good. You've built a solid foundation, and it's the foundation that supports the weight of your skyscraper. It includes your belief systems, your morals, your values, and all that you have learned so far. You and your classmates will move on to college, to trade schools, or directly to the workforce. Some of you may start your own businesses. Whatever you choose, you are starting the next life chapter. So, what's next? The steel structure goes up next to reinforce your skyscraper. The steel structure is life itself. Life is a school, and you will never stop learning. You will meet new people, you will learn new jobs. Some of you may earn upper-level degrees, travel to new places, try new foods, and be exposed to different opinions. You will definitely meet people with different opinions than yours. You don't have to like these people, but it's important to respect them and listen to them. You might actually just learn something. While all of this is happening, you are gaining new exposure and strengthening who you are. The external cladding comes next on your skyscraper. This protects the internal structure. It protects who you are. It is the skin of the building. And when you get out into the work world, you will develop a thick skin. I assure you, it's not easy out there, but with hard work, a strong foundation, a will of steel, and the ability to listen, learn, and collaborate, you will all go far. And lastly, we install the internal fittings and finishes of our skyscraper. We will install floors, mechanicals, sheetrock, finishes, and paint. Choose your own colors and walk down the hallways. Sometimes you might be walking alone, but that's okay. By this time, you will have developed new ideas and new perspectives of your life, just in time to install the windows and look out into the world. You will see much more clearly as you continue to develop. Your skyscraper will take years to build, and I assure you, there will be design and material changes along the way. Some things will take longer than expected, and you will all make mistakes. We all do. That's just how it goes. But in the end, it will work out. There will be challenges for sure, but it's important to be flexible, adaptable, and open-minded. My biggest career challenge was building one of the largest construction projects in New York City in 2001. That 51-story building was right next to the World Trade Centers. A few things to help you along the way. Keep a notebook next to your bedside and make your to-do list at night. That way, in the morning, you don't waste time thinking about what you need to do. Find a career that you love. The work week is long, so it helps to have purpose with what you're doing. After all, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. Think about that. Stay in touch with your teachers. They are always willing to help and provide advice long after you are gone. I still talk to one of my teachers from Hempfield, and I am sure that your parents remember Mr. Gomerak. Expose yourself to art, music, and culture. Go to the museum, travel, read as much as you can. Even if you move away, keep coming back and let your community know that you care. And just always do the right thing. Be yourself. Good character and an authentic sense of self will always shine through. You are who you are because of who you are now. But where you go depends entirely on who you choose to be. I'm almost done. Keep on building and keep on learning. After all, the sky is the limit. I'd like to recognize all the parents who have supported their children in so many ways. There have been endless practices, games, plays, cheerleading, driving, uniforms, and weekends. The list goes on, and your support has not gone unrecognized. In some ways, you too have graduated. Thank you so much, and congratulations to the Hempfield class of 2023.
Now the moment we've all been waiting for. Dr. Walicki, we have examined the records of the members of the graduating class, and I certify that these students have met the requirements of the Department of Education, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and the Hempfield Area School District. Therefore, I present to you the graduating class of 2023.
At this time, as a commissioned officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the superintendent of the Hempfield Area School District, I accept the recommendation of the graduates of the class of 2023 of the Hempfield Area School District. The names of each graduate will be read by our school counselors, Mr. Jason Thompson and Mrs. Terry Reese.
Reagan Yulia Schick.
William Reed Nelson.
Angela Long.
Nathaniel Wade Harden.
Emma Jean Ackerman.
Austin Michael Aldridge.
Sarah Veronica Andre.
Mason Gabriel Alexander.
Ardella Rose Antamarino.
Riley Cole and Chelsea.
Catherine Armitage.
James Dominic Anticelli IV.
Taylor Dawn Artman.
Matthew James Arcuri.
Elena Jordan Ashbaugh.
Benjamin James Ajay.
Elizabeth Joanne Bear.
Tyler Joseph Bagshaw.
Mia Catherine Banderamonte.
Jonah Paul Bancroft.
Hannah Lynn Buford.
Nathan Robert Banzi.
Lydia Grace Bender.
Cody Randall Barkus.
Riley Ann Benvin.
Luke Patrick Barth.
Allison Paige Bittner.
Jackson Christopher Barton.
Willow Thalia Bixler.
Bays Galen Becker.
Abigail Jean Blahovic.
Brandon Edward Bigelow.
Sydney Ann Blahovic.
Elijah Michael Benikoski.
Brooke Elizabeth Bomer.
William Gabriel Birdseye.
Lauren Isabel Breslin.
Caden Michael Bittner.
Ella Ann Bringe.
Cameron Scott Black.
Lydia Marine Broom Morse.
Elijah Stone Blackburn.
Lacey Brooke Bubarth.
Benjamin Wayne Blahovic.
Faith Angelina Carulli.
Donovan Jeffrey Bowler.
Emma Faith Servola.
Thomas John Bizzuto.
Gia Ray Chica.
Davin Lawrence Brown.
Olivia Reese Cobb.
Garrison Miller Brown.
Kendall Grace Cottrell.
Raymond Sidney Brown.
Caroline Elsa Colson.
Nicholas Ryan Bruno.
Anna Rose Cowherd.
Brennan Michael Burek.
Mariah Elizabeth Kraft.
Aiden Robert Burkhart.
McKinley Craven.
Connor Jason Berkey.
Madison Lynn Cunningham.
Alexander Michael Busby.
Morgan Rose Delicandro.
Gino Horatio Caesar.
Andrea Ryland Danku.
Chase Matthew Campbell.
Isabella Margaret Devonti.
Samuel Lewis Capasso.
Megan Elizabeth Detto.
Cody William Benedict Caramano.
Casey Dawn Dominicus.
Blaine Alexander Carlton.
Erin Nicole Delatry.
Brett Justin Carlucci.
Bryn Annabeth Delatry.
Hunter Joseph Cernuska.
Zoe Jocelyn DeMichael.
Joshua Keith Charles.
Madison Paige Dingler.
Connor George Chalinsky.
Montana Marie Rochelle Dodrell.
Nathan Matthew Cole.
McCall Elizabeth Feenan.
Dominic James Collier.
Athena Joseph Fetter.
Edward Arnold Collier III.
Jamie Marie Flock.
Lucas Lander Copeman.
Sarah Renee Flynn.
Jacob Sven Cordova.
Amelia Alexandria Forbes.
Colin David Crivello.
Emma Grace Forrester.
Tyler Anthony Crooks.
Abigail Christina Francis.
Adam John Custer.
Jenna Elizabeth Galentine.
Christian Joseph Zarnicki.
Emma Claire Geiger.
Colton Jack Davis.
Karina Zoe Goldsmith.
Owen Michael DeMatt.
Dana Mae Guy.
Christopher Stephen Dembazak.
Caitlin Nicole Guy.
Nicholas Patrick DeSantis.
Jaden June Hannon.
Emilio Dominguez.
Kaylee Alexis Harshman.
Oliver James Donovan.
Preya Marie Hartzell.
Matthew Aaron Dugan.
Jordan Raylan Hawthorne.
Alex Paul Duke.
Rachel Noel Hazlett.
Dominic George Duke.
Abigail Helen Henderson.
Zachary James DeZenzel.
Cecilia Marin Henderson.
Owen Edward DeZerko.
Emily Ann Henry Patterson.
Logan Chandler Eisenman.
Sydney Ann Hickle.
Dominic Anthony Falcon.
Anna Elaine Hildenbrand.
Justin Tyler Finfrock.
Kayla Sue Holtzman.
Jack Flory.
Femi Milana Horrell.
Mike Fournier.
Gabriella Miabella Yitzi.
Noah Robert Fry.
Nevaeh Paige Johnston Thomas.
Dakota Mark Garris.
Ella Grace Jones.
Julian Gregory Gasper.
Alyssa Jean Cantner.
William David Geyer.
Madison Elizabeth Cashin.
John Paul Anthony Gira.
Mackenzie Marie Keffer.
Michael Christopher Gilpin.
Ella Sarah Kemmerer.
Santiago Isaac Giornelli.
Stella Grace Kiesel.
Braden Robert Eberhardt.
Isabella Lauren Knapp.
Tyler Scott Walsh.
Allison Noel Kohler.
Jack Cassidy Gradischak.
Sierra Lynn Komarinsky.
Xavier Lee Gray.
Vanessa Ann Kulik.
Tyson Arthur Gregory.
Marta Marie Laniger.
Andrew James Hagans.
Ashley Paige LaRock.
Ethan James Hammond.
Madison Grace LaRock.
Jacob Matthew Hankey.
Gabriella Ann Lentz.
Garrett William Harvey.
Kara Marie Long.
Jacob Braden Hatcher.
Elizabeth Ann Marquez.
Jonathan Christopher Hobrick.
Ayana Ray Martin.
Drew Halerly Hauser.
Julia Jennifer Martin.
Tyler David Francis Heatley.
Claire Justine Martz.
Kenneth Levi Hebrank.
Kylie Elizabeth Mazurik.
Jonathan Joseph Heviker.
Musa Bianca Mbewe.
Logan Henry Hilliard.
Emily Bailey McClintock.
William Edward Hans.
Brooke Noel McCoy.
Caden Cole Horton.
Emily Marie McCullough.
Colin Joseph Hunter.
Victoria Willow McGeary.
Matthew Anthony Irvin.
Grace Elizabeth McMillan.
Daniel Ryan Jeffries.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Mears.
Dominic Andrew Jenkins.
Karina Francis Mellon.
Grant Lucas Jory.
Carissa Anna Mae Miller.
Lucas Gregory Capusta.
Maggie Elizabeth Miller.
Daniel Joseph Katonka.
Abigail Francis Molek.
Landon James Kaufman.
Harley Bridget Mormon.
Owen Emery Kelly.
Madison Lorraine Morey.
Liam Ryan Kennedy.
Aislinn Suzanne Mull.
John Matthew Kissel.
Brooke Aaron Myers.
Reese Kenneth Knavel.
Kylie Renee Neese.
Matthew Spencer Needison.
Grace Malie Neely.
Lucas Melvin Cook.
Caitlin Rose Neal.
Owen Reese Coaches.
Liv Marie Newman.
Gage David Costley.
Sydney Jane Neiswanger.
Adam Quincy Kovchak.
Kirsten Lily Norton.
Caden Andrew Kowalczyk.
Tristan Julie Norton.
Evan Thomas Kubik.
Ava Nicole Ovchinik.
Kyle Matthew Lander.
Olivia Janess Orischak.
Stephen William LePay.
Samantha Jo Orner.
Ethan Barrett Lieben.
Rebecca Jo Ostrowski.
Samuel Joseph Leonard.
Avery Catherine Pagel.
Dawson Brody Linsenbigler.
Rachel Emily Pasco.
Andrew James Little.
Charlotte Caroline Pila.
Jared Russell Little.
Alexandra Taylor Pembleton.
Nicholas Dante Lopinto.
McKenna Ashley Petroza.
Logan Gray Lohi.
Macy Alexandra Phillips.
Ryan William Makar.
Kaylee M. Phipps.
Nino Silvano Mano.
Ashlyn Victoria Polotsky.
Andrew John Mansky Jr.
Mary Beth Planick.
Christian Dominic Martin.
Abby Shea Podlucky.
Colby Eugene Liston.
Haley Abigail Pratt.
Jackson Jeffrey Martin.
Madison Ann Marie Price.
Dominic Gregory Morrow.
Caitlin Christine Quayle.
Joshua Wayne May.
Emily Ann Ramp.
J. Terrence McCann.
Angelina Marie Raymond.
Tyler Jacob McMillan.
Mina Lynn Rains.
Chase William McVicker.
Sadie Lee Resnick.
Brandon Nicholas Meekle.
Angelina Jacqueline Rico.
Charles Joseph Message.
Abigail Rose Ritchell.
Tyler Nicholas Miller.
Kira Jean Ritchie.
E.J. Moore.
Let's go, E.J. Mason Alexander Moore.
Olivia Arlene Ricketts.
Mason Alexander Moore.
Madison Jane Rittenauer.
Nicholas Thomas Morelli.
Megan Nicole Rivard.
Will Anderson Mueller.
Casey Sierra Rockwell.
Ryan Connor Muir.
Hannah Rebecca Roll.
Blake Michael Nager.
Olivia Helena Roll.
Ryan Pell.
Allison May Romasco.
Nolan Patera.
Morgan Claire Rosensteel.
Nicholas Giovanni Perez.
Summer L. Saylor.
Zachary David Persinger.
Alexandra Elizabeth Sam.
Thomas Joseph Peterson.
Caitlin Elizabeth Souse.
Tim Cy Pham.
Tessa Nicole Savisky.
Braden Riley Phillips.
Kylie Joe Selesky.
Jacob Stephen Phillips.
Carly Ann Shaner.
Wyatt Alexander Poach.
Rebecca Sophia Shedlock.
Benjamin Kenneth Podolinsky.
Alexandra Marie Sherbine.
Corey Joseph Nicholson.
Ashley Elizabeth Show.
Colton Albert Priest.
Lindsay Nicole Simmons.
Joshua Wayne Priestley.
Destiny Michelle Sinek.
Jamar Kashif Pritchett.
Raina Elizabeth Slater.
Liam James Randolph.
Adeline May Slonseski.
John Raymond.
Brenda Jean Smith.
Cameron Christopher Repko.
Ravana Alexia Jazriel Smith.
Nathaniel Eric Radilla.
Julia Patricia Snyder.
Alexander Edward Riffer.
Caitlin Paige Snyder.
Jackson Douglas Ridby.
Anna Kathleen Spino.
Jacob Matthew Robbins.
Bailey Renee Springer.
Hunter Ryan Ronald.
Kylie J.Ann Stevenson.
Christopher Allen Rudnick.
Alyssa Ann Stouffer.
Caden Zane Rue.
Michaela Grace Strain.
Patrick Lee Runyon.
Faith Ann Sukacek.
Chase Joseph Sankey.
Elizabeth Ann Tapper.
Carson Jacob Santangelo.
Casey Lynn Tomasic.
Sean Michael Savko.
Ava Claire Tonini.
Brian William Shook.
Gianna Nicole Torrey.
Mason Sapesky.
Selena Rain Torrey.
Devin Scott Shannon.
Kara Tilka.
Ethan James Shaw.
LaQuanda Marie Monique Vance.
Ian Maxwell Shaw.
Miranda Kelsey Wadsworth. Sydney Marie Waryanka.
Skylar Akiri Shoki.
Cameron Jane Waters.
Michael Anthony Sarpolis.
Jalen Nicolette Weber.
Jason Gunnar Shawley.
Emma Nicole Weeder.
Aiden Jacob Shevlin.
Cameron Jade White.
Anthony Joshua Shook.
Jessica Lynn Winkowski.
Jackson Ryder Shuey.
Courtney Nicole Yeagers.
Zachary Lawrence Smith.
Dane William Soltis.
Dane William Soltis.
Harrison Pierce Sowers.
Harrison Pierce Sowers.
Joseph Paul Staub.
Joseph Paul Staub. Tyler Michael Stanley. Joshua Hunter Stauffer. Michael John Steffi Jr. Ryan James Steffi. Tyler William Stevenson. Seth Richard Stewart. Daniel Patrick Swager. Colin Malloy Swoop. Anthony John Terzolino. David Gino Trapletti. Ian Patrick Tufts. Antonio Francis Tutelamondo. Anthony Patrick Villano. Joshua Edward Vanskoy. David Shane Verna. Gavin James Vucina. Dominic Stephen Ward. Ryan Thomas West. Gage Thomas Wheaton. Max Raymond White. Cole David Williams. Grayson Jacob Willis. Braden Ridley Wolfslagle. Logan Jacob Wolf. Ethan Connor Wood. Stefan Jensen. Lakin Dean Young. Ryan Alexander Zaya Burkett. Luke Alexander Zelli. Austin Zhang. Tanner Mason Zola. Dylan Rab Zarensky.
As a commissioned officer of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the superintendent of the Hempfield Area School District, I declare the class of 2023 as graduates and welcome you as alumni of the Hempfield Area School District. Congratulations. You want to get your cameras ready. At this time, graduates, you may move your tassel from right to left. And if you choose, on the count of 3, you may throw your caps. 1, 2, 3.